Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we've had a lot of questions lately saying that the YouTube embed autoplay codes have not been working. They don't work anymore. Well, I've just checked it out, and as you can see, I've got a video rolling away here. I'm just using an embed code. I've got it auto-playing, I've got it muting. I've actually got it looping. It's a 10-hour video, so I don't think you want to stay here for 10 hours to watch it loop, but I'll take you through it again, and they are by all means still working here in 2025. So let's get started. Of course, this isn't specific to the Divi theme. This will work with any site, HTML, embed. So let's get started. I'm going to enable the Visual Builder. Once enabled, let's go down. I'll delete this video I got going here. Little trash can. Let's add a code module, and we'll start this process again. Little dark button to add a new module here. For this today, I'm using a code module. Okay, well, let's go over to YouTube and find a video. I've got YouTube open here. Go to the video that you want. Hit the share button right here. And it's going to pop up. We need to click on where it says embed right here on the left-hand side. If it's not there, just scroll through. You'll find it with the other icons there. Once you're in here, we've got a nice little code that they've given us. We can just go ahead and copy it, which is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to hit the little copy button down here. We can now go back to our site and just paste that in the code module. Watch what happens when I do that. We've got our YouTube video there. Great. Well, what we want to do is make this thing autoplay when the page loads. Also, I don't want to hear the sound behind it because that's really annoying if you land on a page and it does play sound. A lot of devices and sites will block autoplay audio anyway. Okay, so let's go over and get this done. Here's our code, and I'll zoom in on this. Here's the actual URL of the video where it says source equal. We've got an inverted comma there, and it ends just before the next inverted comma. To make this thing autoplay, we need to put our cursor in just to the left of the last inverted comma there. I'm going to put that and sign in, ampersand, and autoplay, A-U-T-O-P-L-A-Y, equals 1. Watch what happens now. We've got the video play. Let's just mute that. Great. Well, we've got it autoplay, and like I say, I do not want to hear that audio when I play it. So I'm going to write another line. After our last one that we wrote there, and autoplay equals 1 with no gap after the 1. And again, make sure you don't lop off that inverted comma. Make sure you put it to the left of it. I'm going to put an ampersand in there. And say mute, M-U-T-E equals 1. And it's automatically muted it. Absolutely fantastic. Now, if you've got a short video, you might want it to play over and over again, perhaps a minute video. Not with this one, because like I say, it's multiple hours long. It's 6 hours and 10 minutes long. That's fine. But if you've got a short one and you want it to loop, we can add another little line of code just after our and mute 1 there. Again, I'm going to put my cursor just after the 1 there, making sure that I'm to the left of that little inverted comma. And I'm going to say loop equals 1. And that's it. That's all there is to it. And as you can see, it's working absolutely perfectly. It's autoplaying, it's muting, and when it gets to the end, it will loop. I'm not going to demo it for you because being a long video, you'd have to wait 20-30 seconds to watch it loop, but it will loop. I've tested this on other things. And we're in, where are we? We're March 2025. Same codes I've been using for as far back as I can remember to do this. So like I say, I've had a lot of questions saying, is it still working? I can't get it to work. Yeah, it's still working absolutely fine. Just check when you go in there that you haven't lopped off of any of these inverted commas here, because that's really important. Like I say, the URL actually exists between this inverted comma that starts after source equals. If I roll my mouse down here, it ends after our last piece of code there, which was loop 1. And we've got those inverted commas encapsulating each side. And when we haven't put the code in, it's going to end right there after the SU. Obviously, unless you're using the same video, you're going to have a different 11-letter code number there. Great, well, let's just style this like the rest of the things on this hero section. We'll check it out on the front end. Let's have a look. I put some rounded corners on there. So we're 20 pixels rounded corners. And just a bit of box shadow, and we'll pop it up to the top. Box shadow. I think I used this one. I made it black so it stands out a bit better on that background there. We'll save that now. I'm going to drag this one on top of our button up there because I want the button at the bottom, or we could have pulled the button down, would have been just the same thing. Great, well, let's save our changes now. Make sure this is actually going to work on the front end. Exit the Visual Builder. Here's our page loading. There's our video. It's going to autoplay. It's going to be muted. And when it finally does get to the end, it's going to loop around again. Now, one other thing, I don't know if you noticed there was a bit of a title in there. A lot of videos have a title up first. If we go back to our embed code here, what you can actually do, you can set a start time for it if you wanted it to start at the 2-minute mark, 2:00. If we copy that code again, now, let's drag out my text editor here. And these are the codes I used today. I'll put them down below the video for anybody that just wants to copy and paste, but they're very simple. Let's just paste this in here and have a look at it now. We've now got, here's our URL of the video right there. And it's put a little semicolon, start 120. Again, to get your autoplay, mute and loop going, just go back to the left-hand side of that semicolon there. Just add the codes that you want. If I put that in our code module now, it should start at the 2-minute mark. We'll just quickly enable Visual Builder. And watch where it starts now. 6 hours, beautiful places on Earth. We change that code out. It should start at the 2-minute mark. And skip that title right there. So I'm going to select all of this and just paste in that code I copied from my text editor there. As you can see, it started at the 2-minute mark there. So if you wanted to do that, you could do that also. I meant to point that out when we did that earlier. Okay, well, should be good to go. And we'll exit the Visual Builder. There's our little video loading. Perfect. Now, for a lot of video embeds, I'd recommend them putting them below the fold, which is when the screen loads, this is the fold here. It's an old newspaper term from when they used to have broadsheet newspapers. They'd fold them in half and they'd pay more for the stories that were on the side that were showing. That's why they call this above the fold for some reason. But I'd personally put it below the fold. That way your page will load quicker and your video will be there when they roll down the page. But that's entirely up to you. So the answer to this question is yes, YouTube mute autoplay codes are still working perfectly in 2025. So I hope that's cleared that up, and I hope you found this useful today. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, pop them down below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.